So good morning friends, I welcome you all for another lecture on the course Microprocessors and Microcontrollers. In this class, I am going to discuss about a concept, the addressing modes of 8051 microcontroller. Before discussing what are the different addressing modes that are supported by 8051 microcontroller, first of all we must know what is meant by an addressing mode and what is the use of this addressing mode. If you are thinking that direction, addressing mode, the name itself indicates the way in which the data was represented in the instruction operand field. I repeat, addressing mode indicates the way in which data was represented in the instruction operand field. Are you representing our data directly in the instruction, or are you representing your data through a register, or are you representing your data through an address, or are you representing your data combination of registers, or a combination of memory locations, or a combination of register and a memory location? What's the way we are using for representation of data? That is called an addressing mode. I repeat, an addressing mode indicates the way in which data was represented. The way in which data was represented. The way in which data was represented in the operand field of the instruction. So that is what an addressing mode is. Every instruction must belong to an addressing mode. No doubt, without an addressing mode, there is no instruction. So that every instruction must be belongs to certain addressing mode. You remember this. Due to addressing modes, what we are getting is, we are getting the flexibility in the representation of data in the instruction. That means, so from user point of view, due to these addressing modes, the user may have a flexibility in the representation of data in the instruction itself. That advantage we are getting due to addressing mode. So, our 8051 supports total 6 different addressing modes. Those 6 different addressing modes are immediate addressing mode, direct addressing mode, register addressing mode, register indirect addressing mode, indexed addressing mode, and then implicit addressing mode. These are the 6 different addressing modes that are supported by 8051 microcontroller. Now, we are going to discuss these addressing modes one after another. I start my discussion with the first addressing mode, immediate addressing mode. In this addressing mode related instructions, the data was directly placed in the source operand field of the instruction. What this immediate addressing mode related instructions looks like? In this addressing mode related instructions, the data was directly placed in the source operand field of the instruction. Whenever you identify this particular statement, which instruction satisfies this particular statement, no doubt that instruction comes under immediate addressing mode. If I take an example, move R0, #20h. Move R0, #20h. The meaning of this one is this R0, #50h. This 50h is our data. This is our immediate data. This immediate data was placed in the source operand field. This is a source operand field. This is a source operand field. So the meaning of our instruction move R0, #50h means the immediate data 50h moved to general purpose register R0. And similarly, if you go and take another example, move DPTR, #2050h. Again, here this 2050h is immediate data. This 2050h immediate data is moved to DPTR register, means a data pointer register. If I execute that instruction, move DPTR, #2050h. In these 2 examples, my immediate data was directly placed in the instruction. And if I call that number is a data, I have to go on a prefix a symbol hash. You remember friends, in case of 8051, if a number have a prefix that was a hash, no doubt that number is treated as immediate value or immediate data. So here 50 have a hash symbol and 2050 have a hash symbol, so that these are two are immediate data. And coming to the second one, direct addressing mode. In this direct addressing mode, the address of a data was directly placed in the instruction operand field. See here guys, in this addressing mode related instructions, the address of data was represented or directly placed in the operand field of the instruction. In previous case, I am directly placing my data in the source operand field. Now instead of placing the data in the instruction itself, now the address of data was placed in the instruction operand field. Those instructions I was considered as direct addressing mode and related instructions. And one more thing, you remember friends, this direct addressing mode is also called absolute addressing mode. This direct addressing mode we can also call absolute addressing mode. So coming to examples, move R1, 30H. It is similar to previous or immediate addressing mode related instruction, but the difference is, and previous case and here there was a number was present in a source operand field, but in the previous case with the number have a prefix which is a hash, and here the number didn't have any prefix. If the number didn't have any prefix, that indicates that number is considered as an address. So coming to the meaning of this, move R1, 30H, that means the content of internal memory whose address is 30H, the data is moved to register R1. I repeat, the meaning of move R1, 30H, that means the content of internal memory location whose address is 30H transferred to the register R1. And similar, I took one more example, move A, 50H, that means for internal memory location whose address is 50H, its content is transferred to a register A. A is called accumulator. So it is similar to previous one, only the difference is here there is no prefixes in front of a number, but here there was a prefix in front of a number which is hash. That makes a difference. That number is a data or that number is an address. And coming to third one is register addressing mode. This register addressing mode we can also call register direct addressing mode. This register addressing mode what we can call is register direct addressing mode. In this addressing mode related instructions, the data was represented in the operand field of the instruction through a register. Through a register. See here friends, in this addressing mode related instructions, the data was represented in the operand field of the instruction through a register. In previous case, the address of a data was represented in the instruction operand field. That means we are representing our data with an address. In previous addressing mode, that was a direct addressing mode. But now coming to this register addressing mode, again I am not representing my data directly. I was representing my data through a register. I can also say in another way about this register direct addressing mode or register addressing mode like this. If an instruction have both operand fields or registers, no doubt that instruction also comes under our register addressing mode. So the second statement for register addressing mode, for an instruction both the operand fields are registers. That means source and destination operand fields both are registers. No doubt that instruction comes under our register addressing mode or register direct addressing mode. If you see the example, move A, R1. If you see here friends, this is our source and this was our destination. For this instruction both source and destination both are registers because source is R1 register and A is nothing but accumulator register which is our destination. For this instruction both operands are registers. What is the meaning of this instruction? Move the content of register R1 to accumulator register A. Move the content of register R1 to accumulator register A. And coming to the meaning of second example, add R2. That means add the content of register R2 with accumulator content and result again stored in accumulator itself. For this add instruction, accumulator is a default destination operand. and accumulator is a default operand. Before addition, accumulator will provide one operand, and after addition, whatever the result we are getting, that result are again stored into accumulators. The meaning of this is A plus 2 result again goes to A. Sorry friends, the result again goes to A itself. A plus R2 result goes to A. Here A is not represented explicitly, it was implicit operand. Next, coming to fourth one is register indirect addressing. What this is? In this addressing mode related instructions, the address of the data was represented in the instruction operand field through the registers either R0 or R1 or data pointer DPTR. Your address of the data is just only 8 bit. The time the address of data was representing in the instruction with the help of R0 or with the help of R1. If address of a data is more than 8 bits, that address we are representing in the instruction with the help of data pointer register DPTR. You remember friends, in case of register indirect addressing mode, the address of a data was represented in the instruction operand field only with the help of only 3 registers. One is R0, second one is R1, and third one is data pointer. Again, R0 and R1 when we are using is the address of a data is only 8 bit. Once address of data is more than 8 bit, then we have to go and use data pointer register DPTR. So coming to example, move A comma at the rate of R0. So at the rate that represents address of. At the rate represents address of. The meaning of move A comma at the rate of R0, that means here R0 holds some address of a data. Here R0 holds some address. What is the content that was there in that address? That was a transfer to accumulator register A. Let you can assume friends, this R0 value is equal to some 20H. R0 value equal to 20H. So here this R0 value is 20H. This 20H is not a data. It is an address of a data. If you go and access this 20H, I will get what's the data that was there in that 20H. That data is a transfer to accumulator register A. So that is the meaning of move A comma at the rate of R0. And coming to the next, move X at the rate of DPTR. That means move X represents move external. Move external, especially this mnemonic is used whenever we are communicating with external data memory or external random access memory RAM. I repeat, move X means move external. When we are using this move X is whenever we are going to communicating with external data memory or external random access memory RAM. We know that for our 8051 microcontroller, we can go and connect up to 64 kilobytes of external random access memory. Whenever if I want to read something from any location of it, or I would like to transfer any data to any location of that location address was appointed by a register called DPTR. DPTR means a data pointer register whose size is equal to 16 bit and your external data memory size was a 64 kilobytes. In order to address any location of that 64 kilobytes of memory, I need a 16-bit address. Now coming to the meaning of this, move X at the rate of DPTR, that means read the data from DPTR specified location of external data memory into accumulator register A. We are going to read the data from external random access memory whose address is specified by data pointer DPTR. The data is copied to accumulator. That's the meaning of that. So here, important thing is the address of a data was representing in the instruction with the help of some register. And here one more important thing is to distinguish our instruction is related to register addressing mode or register indirect addressing mode. We are using a symbol that was a hash symbol which is at the rate, we can that prefix in front of our register. So see here, that is this. Here there is no prefix, but here there was a prefix at the rate, and here there is no prefix, but here there is a prefix symbol. That makes a difference. It is belongs to the register addressing mode or register indirect addressing mode. And coming to the fifth one is indexed addressing mode. Indexed addressing mode. In this addressing mode related instructions, the address of a data is indirectly placed in the operand field of the instruction through the combination of accumulator register and PC or accumulator register and DPTR. I repeat the meaning of this. In this addressing or related instructions, the address of data is indirectly placed in the operand field of the instruction through the combination of accumulator and PC or accumulator and data pointer. For better understanding, to go for an example, move C space A comma at the rate of A plus DPTR. The meaning of this is, especially this move C is used whenever we are communicating with code memory. Move C is used to communicating with code memory. That means read-only memory. So the meaning of this one is read data from internal code memory or an external code memory whose address is specified by the combination of data pointer and the accumulator. First you have to go and add the content of data pointer with accumulator. You may get the final operand address. That address and data is transferred to accumulator. Let you can assume, friends, A value is equal to some 20H and DPTR value is equal to some 2000H. This is my DPTR value. For this instruction, what my source operand address is, first I do addition between these two. That means 2000H plus 20H. Finally, it is 2020H. What is the content that was present in this 2020H? That data is transferred to accumulator register again. We know that based on a previous addressing mode, if a register has a prefix symbol which is at the rate, that indicates that register contains an address, it is not data. So that here A have a prefix at the rate symbol that indicates A have an address. That means A contains an address. That address is added to DPTR. Then finally you may get a final operand address. That address data is transferred to A. And similarly, the next example is same as this, but only the difference is in place of a DPTR, here you have program counter PC. Apart from that, everything is same. In previous case, we are not doing any such type of addition before accessing of a data from our source location, but now here we are doing some addition in order to access the data from a source location. So that makes a difference. And coming to the last addressing mode is implied addressing mode. In this addressing mode related instructions, the operand was implicitly represented or the operand was included in operation code of the instruction. That means if you go for a previous of 5 addressing modes, those are 5 addressing modes, the operands are explicitly represented in the instruction. That means we are not implicitly represent all the operands of an instruction in operation code itself. That means in previous addressing mode related instructions, we have an operation code part as well as we have operands part. So that our previous addressing modes, what we can call is explicit addressing modes. But now coming to this is an implicit addressing mode. That means in this addressing mode related instructions, the operand was implicitly represented or the operand was included in operation code of the instruction. That means for this type of instructions, we never found any operand fields. We never found operand fields. I am not saying that for this instruction there is no operand. I won't say like that. What I am saying here is for this addressing mode related instructions, we never found operand fields. For these instructions, operand field was 0 because the operand was incorporated or the operand was included or operand was implicitly represented in the operation code of the instruction. That is a implied addressing mode. And this implied addressing mode has a different names. That is called implied addressing mode is also called as implicit addressing mode, implicit addressing mode, or we can also call inherent addressing mode. These are the 2 more alternate names. Implied addressing mode is also called implicit addressing mode. It is also called inherent. Sorry guys, this is not implied, implicit. implicit addressing mode or inherent addressing mode. Coming to example, NOP, if you are observing this, there is no operand field for this, and RET, again there is no operand field for this. So these are two examples for implied addressing mode instruction. So based on this addressing mode, I conclude one point, that is, without operand there is no instruction. Without operand there is no instruction. But without operand field there is an instruction. Without operand there is no instruction, but without operand field there is an instruction. The best example for this statement is implied addressing mode related instructions. I hope you understand, friends, the addressing modes which are supported by our 8051 microcontroller. Thank you for patient listening. In the next class, I am going to discuss about another important topic, that is an instruction set of 8051 microcontroller. So thank you once again for your patient listening.